Hey there, Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. And today we are going to talk about the Moon Astrology for November 16th. I almost said March. Like, I keep getting all these weird dates. November 16th through the 22nd, 2020. How you doing? All right, so I'm going to ask you to do me a favor and hit that thumbs up. It helps my channel analytics. I'm really trying to get my channel viewed by a lot more people. I'm kind of being stifled by YouTube. And so to bribe you to help me to do it even more than that, I'm going to ask you to leave a comment. It can just be an emoji, or it can be a, an actual comment. That'd be great, but it gives me your name. And so then next week, when I do the Moon Astrology, at the end of the reading, I will pull a card for every person who has left me a message. So you'll get, if you do your Sun, your Moon, your Rising, you can actually get 3 cards next week. So here we go. Ooh, overall energy. Interesting, interesting, interesting. They are sitting in the same pose. You have balance and you have the soul guardian. But look, they're in the same pose. Oh, puffed up, wings out, on guard. This one is balancing with the energy coming in, the balancing with the yin and the yang, emotional balancing, it feels like. And this is like being bathed in the light of your guardians. Feels like protection. So let's see what we get here. We have what you are experiencing in your life right now is transitional. That is the balance card. This dragon balance depicts aspects of us as a whole, our light and our shadow sides. As humans, we show the world our many different sides, for we are multifaceted and can change from situation to situation. These aspects could include our compassion, frustration, love, irritation, joy, and so on. His appearance in your spread reminds you that everything is perfect, even if the situation you find yourself in is pushing your buttons. Call upon this energy and wisdom to guide you to be more balanced in how you view or feel about your situation. You cannot have darkness without light, the sun without the moon. Do you need to learn to say no, or look at your personal boundaries and how are they being crossed? And then the soul guardian is number 29. 2 plus 9 is 11. You don't break that down further. That is a very highly spiritually guided number. I can read. I promise. Okay, soul guardian. I am the expression of the whole and complete you. This is your higher self. This beautiful dragon is your soul guardian and your very own dragon counterpart. This majestic being carries all of you, all of your past and your experiences. You are he, and he is you. He knows all there is to know about you and your lives. He knows that which you need to do, that which you avoid, and which you celebrate. He's the guardian of every incarnation you have ever experienced, the soul throughout the ages, the good, the bad, and of course, the ugly. He says, as well as your positive side, I also hold your shadow. That part of you that would rather not acknowledge exist. I am the keeper of all memories. As you pass through each lifetime, your human body and mind have a need to protect themselves when you experience pain or trauma, whether from birth or life or death. A small piece of your soul then also retreats to protect itself, and I am the guardian of your soul and the expression of the whole and complete you. If your soul guardian dragon has arrived in your cards today, he is telling you that the time has come to begin to piece your soul back together, to recall all the missing parts so that you can complete the amazing picture and reveal yourself in all your magnificence as a living being. He tells us all you need to do is ask, and I will guide your way. You are a spiritual warrior, but you must learn to listen to your inner guidance. I will always be beside you on this path as you follow your I will always be beside you as you follow your path. I call back all the pieces and the parts of me across all lifetimes and all timelines. I am my own. I recall and retrieve all the pieces and the parts of me across all lifetimes and all timelines. I am my own. I recall and retrieve all the pieces and the parts of me across all lifetimes and all timelines. I am my own. You can call back in all of you. And right now, that is why we all incarnated at this time. We incarnated to release the lower energies. We called in to balance the karmas. We called in to retrieve our soul pieces so that we could anchor in that fifth dimensional energy. That is why we showed up. I have to tell you, not only are we releasing and managing our past life karma, but we're also doing ancestral karma. And so not all the ancestors are here, but you are a representation, a representative of your ancestral line. You are one of the brave souls that raised your hand and said, okay, I'll do this. It looks tough, but I'll do this. I'm courageous and I will do this. But then when we get here, we can't remember what we're doing, right? What is the fun in that, I guess? So listening to your inner intuition, listening to the pieces of you that are telling you, and you can release. You can release, you can cut cords, ask St. Michael to help you do it. I went through a big healing process over the course of this past year. I used Jenny Burak from Astrology for Ascension. She has a channel here on YouTube that is Astrology for Ascension. I'll link her in the description box below. She was so much help, and I bought a package from her, and so every 2 months we connected, did a lot of work, and then I spent the next 2 months working through the process. And there were some tough times with it, but and I gotta tell you, when we got into past timelines, I'm like, oh my gosh, that was me. So we played all the roles. She'll tell you that we've played all the roles. We've been the good, the bad, and the ugly, and now we get to release and forgive ourselves. I unconditionally love and forgive myself for all things, past, present, and future. Okay. Wow, you have a real opportunity here. Okay, so I am recording this, and it is 9:30 at night on Saturday, the 15th, the 14th, and so we have a new moon in 3 hours. Well, not even, like 2.5 hours, whatever. That new moon in Scorpio has so much potential for life-changing experiences for you. It is well aspected, it has really kind and gentle aspects around it, very supportive aspects, I should say. And it is an opportunity coming on the heels of that full moon, and then sandwiched right, oh gosh, and then the 11/11 gateway, and then we have eclipse seasons. So what is it that you want to create in your life? What do you want? Where do you want to go from here? And so spend a little time. I know that this video comes out on Monday. The energy is so strong. It's so good. I don't care if you're watching this a week from now. What is it you want to create? Focused intention is what's going to matter here, and then making a plan and taking action. Because 6 hours after we have the moon comes into a really nice supportive aspect, a sextile with Saturn and Capricorn, which says, what's your plan? What's your plan? So you need a plan, okay? But then the moon will move on Sunday. It moved into Sagittarius. That's how we start the week, with the moon still in Sagittarius, which is really supportive energy for you. It is a fellow fire sign, and so that's very nice supportive energy to kind of look through the peephole and say, but what is the dawn of the new day? Where is it that I want to go from here? Because the cards that you have that came out for it is, you have opportunity and you have thriving. Literally, the only thing that could possibly stand in your way is yourself. The opportunity is there to thrive. You'll need a plan and you'll need to take action. But the only thing that stops you will be you. I recall all the pieces and the parts of me. I am empowered. Right? So, this week, and actually through much of the next few weeks, we have Venus really having some serious conversations about either relationships or finances. It really depends on where she is and what she aspects in your chart. But she is in Libra right now, and she is opposing Mars in Aries. And so they're having some conversations about relationships for sure. For sure. And then she moves into Scorpio, and when she gets into Scorpio, at some point she's going to come into opposition with Uranus and Taurus, and that'll be about finances. And it could be anywhere in between, depending on which house she falls into in your chart, based on what time you're born and where, and all, birth chart stuff. So these conversations are going to be a little testy at times over this week and the next few weeks. But by the time we get to Friday, Venus will move into Scorpio, and then that's nicely supportive energy to have these conversations, because Mercury is already there. And so, but they can be very intense. Because Mars is a co-ruler it was the ancient ruler of Scorpio. So Mars is quite comfortable there too. So these conversations are going to continue. And so just a heads up on that. So we have the moon moving into Capricorn at 11:35 a.m. on Tuesday. That is a day when conversations will be a little tricky, with Mercury in Scorpio opposing Uranus and Taurus, and that energy persists throughout the week also. So just tricky conversations around almost anything. But I feel like with Venus coming into the picture, it could be about relationship stuff. So, wow. Okay. So, acceptance of a situation, acceptance of guidance from spirit, acceptance that you do have a soul guardian, and so you are guided and you are protected, and listening to your intuition is really going to take you pretty far, especially if you're trying to grow who you are as a person, as a soul, or if you're trying to grow something in your life, a relationship or a business aspect or something like this. Following the guidance and the wisdom and the intuition will help you get there. And what are you worth? I'll just tell you right now, you're priceless. In case someone's told you that, you are priceless, right? So don't forget that. And we teach people how to treat us. And so when we know that we're priceless and we expect to be treated that way, that is when we are treated that way. And so it starts with self-love and self-respect. So you're being asked to apply past lessons. And we have the palm tree. And the palm tree is flexible. Like the hurricanes come and they blow and blow and blow, and it moves with it. And the palm trees are rarely the trees that go down. It is the live oaks that dug their deep roots in there or spread out or whatever, but they can't withstand the wind. But the palm tree, it's not being rigid, it's willing to bend and sway. And so part of the lessons is, where have you had to, bend and sway in order to get things to change. There was this movie I stumbled onto once, and it was in black and white. It was called The Hurricane, and that was when I learned that natives, native peoples on these small tropical islands would tie themselves down to, they'd climb up into the palm and they would strap themselves in, and they would ride out the storm there because they were up above the water that was washing over the island. And you know painful, yes, but that's how they would survive. They never knew when a tsunami was coming. um, so apply your past lessons. What do you know? And then you have the elm, trust your intuition, and the cattail, spread your seeds. These are your seeds of intention that you are spreading from your new moon. Like, it all is coming together. Like, the energy is picking up as we complete this year and we get launched into the next year. And there's been all this resting and this reflecting, and now it's go time. Spread your seeds. Trust your intuition. Wednesday's got some really beautiful energy, and as we finish out Wednesday into Thursday, while that moon is in Capricorn, it's going to be going through the final degrees, which means it's going to run into Pluto and then Jupiter and then Saturn, right? And Pluto says, what is it that you're trying to transform in your life? And Jupiter says, how do you want to expand things? How do you want to do this? And Capricorn says, what is your plan? Remember? Capricorn asked you that when you planted your seeds of intention with that new moon. And now on Wednesday into Thursday, actually it'll be Thursday morning, Saturn says again, do you have a plan yet? You need a plan. And you need to start taking action on that plan. So just kind of keep that in mind. And then the moon is going to move at 3:25 into Aquarius. That's a very nice aspect for you. That's a very comfortable and supportive aspect. So, but again, those conversations are going to be going on between Venus and Saturn and Venus and Pluto about money and finances and relationships, and Jupiter. What do we want to switch? What do we want to manage? Actually, Venus had her conversation with Pluto at the end of last week, but she's rolling her way through there. The same questions. What is it that you want? How do you want to expand? And what is your plan? So around love or finances or both. And so that is a theme that's just going to roll through the entire week. When you get to Friday, though, energy is so tense for everybody. So heads up on that. This is your fair warning. Mars went direct on the 14th, right? So Mars is picking up speed. Things are moving forward. So it's a real possibility to really advance things. Just watch out for how things go. So there is the flow of the abundance of the universe. When that moon is in Aquarius, a lot of times moon in Aquarius, it feels a little freezy cold, but this time it's about keeping your heart open to the flow of the abundance. This is about not being afraid of your emotions, not hiding them, not tamping them down, but being willing to kind of let yourself soak in your thoughts and your feelings so that you can create the balance. It's not about shutting down, it's about opening up to the abundance of the universe. Because the path forward is going to be found through your heart space. There are steps. See the steps, the ladder? I don't know if you can see it right here. This ladder to get to where you're going, it requires steps, it requires action, it requires a plan, but it requires having an open heart and being open to the intuition and the downloads that you are getting from spirit. So you had 4 cards that came out. That's only the second sign that's had that many. You have the Swan. Feistiness, spiritual growth, and higher path. I am divine beauty, light, and grace. Do not be afraid of the bullies. You are far more powerful than they ever can be. Walk the beauty way. where you acknowledge the beauty in you and the natural world around you to strengthen your heart and bring you peace of mind. If you're thinking or feeling something negative, reframe it from the perspective of your higher self. Consider how a situation can serve your spiritual growth. You are growing through a transformative process. I'm sorry, it says you are going through, but I still think you're growing. I think as you're transforming, you are growing. I don't think it was an accident that that's what I saw there. Trust in what you are becoming. Call on higher beings such as spiritual masters who can protect and guide your spiritual development. And it's not about me not being able to say I made a mistake, because I say it out here all the time. I honestly saw the word growing. So then we have Pelican. Abundance, center yourself and making choices. I am strong, confident, and abundant. I am strong, confident, and abundant. You have the innate ability to attract many things into your world, so you can afford to be choosy about what you really want and need. Be choosy this week. Pick you. Balance your need to fly high with diving beyond the superficial into the deeper aspects of life. Look beneath the surface into the depths of the soul. Your inner vision will show you what is happening beyond mere appearance. Go after what you want directly, boldly, and with clear intention. You have inner strength to protect you from outer circumstances. Wow. Nice, very nice. And then you have the Crow. Communication, magic, intelligence. I courageously speak my truth and claim my rightful place. I call back all the pieces and the parts of me across all timelines and all lifetimes. I am my own. You are your own. Stand tall, stand strong. Your inner voice is talking to you. Reflect on your truth and contain what you would like to express with clarity and wisdom. Give yourself permission to speak without self-judgment or self-criticism. Your voice has more influence than you realize. Although you may not always recognize it, others do hear what you are saying. Your words are creative energies that accumulate and manifest your reality. I'm going to say that again. Your words are creative energies that accumulate and manifest your reality. So speak about what you want, not about what you don't want. That's how you manifest. Start. Are you speaking in ways that support what you want to create? Do not hesitate to speak up and express yourself. Claim your personal space. Take back your power. We have Pegasus, imagination, grace, and clarity. I open my heart to divine inspiration and to the protection of spiritual grace. With divine grace, grand accomplishments become possible. An inspired idea is awakening in your soul. Do not allow it to become tainted by negativity, greed, or ego. Protect what matters to your soul by surrounding yourself with white light and asking for spiritual grace to be with you always. You can be a guide and a guardian of others, for others. Wow, you can be your own guardian and you can be a guardian for others. When you stay connected to the pure love of spirit, when you are balanced, it is not up to you to decide what others need to do. Have faith that your loving connection with spirit will help others to find and live their own truth, blessed by divine grace. So they're saying you don't know everything, but by living your truth, you set a shining example for others to follow. You are a beacon of hope. Like, wow, okay, if you really go out there and you do what you want to do and be who you are, it's inspiring, right? It's inspiring for others. So you taking the opportunity to go out there and thrive, to spread your seeds, to listen to your intuition and live that life that manifests and creates for you what you want, that is how you help others the most, because you are the shining example for them to follow. So on Saturday, we have the sun moving into Sagittarius. So happy birthday, well, happy solar return to all the Sagittariuses out there. And then at 11:06 p.m., the moon will move into Pisces, and Venus is now in Scorpio at this time. And so there was this really nice energy on Sunday of the moon in Pisces trining with Venus and Scorpio. These can be some really heartfelt heart-to-heart conversations where you start assessing the shadow and the light, being willing to accept your own shadow and light, being willing to love and yourself through it, and also just assessing the situation. Why? So you, growth. I told you I read the word growth. It was, this card says growth. Okay. I feel better about that. Seek out a mentor or a guide. Take baby steps as you grow. Be willing to learn from others. Also be willing to teach others through your example, right? You are, okay, so this is what I read. You are growing through a transformation process. Growth. Seek out a mentor or guide. Take baby steps as you grow. So that plan, again, that plan, it always comes back to you have to have a plan and then you need to work the plan. It's not enough to have a plan. You have to actually have to work it. That's what Saturn says. Yeah, you can make a plan, but if you don't work it, it doesn't help. All right, so the last card I'm going to pull here is because we have the sun moving into Sagittarius. On Friday, the readings will be out for the next month, which is always the months I do the monthly readings based on where the sun is, and so the sun will be in Sagittarius, and so that's when we're going to do that. But I wanted to kind of get a sneak peek, a little gaze into what is up for you during this energy of the sun in Sagittarius, and you have the vibration of compassion shines through my every cell. And there's a lighthouse. Talk about shining, right? Radiance. I am a radiant reflection of God's light. You living your truth, being this example to others while you're transforming and you are growing and you are doing your soul's purpose, you are going to be an inspiration. You are going to be a guiding light to others. I think that is beautiful. You got a big month ahead of you. You have a big week ahead of you. Plant your seeds of intention. Make a plan. And then take the first couple of action steps on that plan this week. Okay? All right, you guys take care. I will talk to you soon. Have a great week. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and leave me a comment.